This yard is disgusting. I called the city today.
My hands are swollen. I can barely hold my walker.
Then stop pretending you can keep this house.
She can barely stand and you called the police?
Her illness does not excuse this mess.
No, but it should have made you knock first.
A yard can look careless from the street, but sometimes the person inside is holding on to pain, memories, and a body that no longer lets them do what they used to do. Before the story begins, let me know where you are watching from. It always amazes me how far these little stories can travel. The police officer stepped out while I was still kneeling beside the little wooden sign that said Emily's Come Home Flowers. Half the yard was cleared, but the rest was still rough enough for the neighbor to point at it like proof. She told the officer the house made the whole street look abandoned. She said Mrs. Helen had ignored the yard for weeks and needed a citation before things got worse. The officer looked serious at first, the way officers do when they are trying to understand who is telling the truth. Then he saw Helen standing behind her walker, her swollen fingers wrapped in soft braces, the blue watering can resting beside her feet. I explained that she had not ignored the yard. Her hands were failing her. Her money was going to doctors, therapy, and rides to visit her granddaughter in the hospital. Helen looked down and whispered that Emily had asked if the flowers were still growing, and she had lied. She told her yes, because she could not bear to say the weeds had covered them. The officer stopped writing for a second. Even the neighbor looked away, but she still did not apologize. That made everyone quiet. I went back to the flower bed and cleared the rest by hand. Under the weeds, I found 6 small sunflower sprouts, bent but still alive. Helen took one slow step forward with her walker, then another. Her eyes filled when she saw them. She said Emily had planted them before treatment began because she wanted something tall and bright waiting when she came home. Then I noticed a folded note sealed inside a plastic sandwich bag tied to the old wooden sign. Helen's hands shook too much to open it, so she asked me to read it. The note said, "Grandma, if the flowers grow before I get back, tell them to save some sunshine for me." Helen cried so hard she had to sit down. The officer looked at the neighbor and said this was not a woman refusing responsibility. This was a grandmother trying to keep hope alive with hands that hurt too much to hold a rake. He told Helen he would not issue a citation that day. Then he helped move the bags of weeds to the curb. A neighbor brought water. Another offered to drive Helen to the hospital next week. I finished cutting the grass, trimmed the walkway, cleared the porch steps, and placed the blue watering can beside the sunflower sprouts. By sunset, the yard was not perfect, but it felt alive again. Helen looked at the flowers and whispered that now she could tell Emily the truth. The garden had not died. It had just been waiting for someone gentle enough to uncover it. Helen was judged for the yard outside, while she was